Hello, friends. I'm Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and welcome back for another episode of Technique Tuesday. Today, I'm going to show you how to do um, the faux embossing technique with using only inks. So, to begin, I'm using some old olive ink and some of the white pigment ink along with the leaf collection stamp. When we went to on stage in Houston, we all each one of us got this stamp set, and so I think it's a fun stamp set. And when I was looking for the perfect um, images for to do this technique, I thought of this stamp set, and so I'm going to show you my take on the faux embossing. So to do this technique, getting started here, I have a stamp. I have a Misty somewhere. I have the Stamparatus from Stampin' Up from when they were selling that. And then I don't even know where I got this one at. I don't even know the Stamp Perfect stamp positioning tool. I don't even know where I get half of my supplies that I have, but you will need some sort of a positioning tool, and it can be the Misty, it could be, this type of one. You can do it freehand, especially if you have, I think it's a Fiskars that has like the little plungers, and then you just like press it down. But we'll get started. I'll show you my technique on this, and then you can try the technique and play with it and figure out ways that works for you. So to do this card, we're just going to really talk about the technique itself and not so much the putting the card together. But so this is what we're making. I'm going to just kind of set it, how about over here out of the way, because it will get messy if I'm not careful. So to start off, you want to put your stamp in the positioning tool, and I have a piece of scratch paper. It's just copy paper that I put down, and so I'm going to bring in a piece of what color is this? Let me grab what color this is because I can't remember. Greeny apple green, and you want to start out with, you want a ink or a cardstock that's a little bit darker but not too dark. I'm going to put that in this positioning, and I'll explain that here in a little bit better. I'm going to put it in the positioning tool as close and as far as I can that way. Let me grab my mint tape from my other desk. And so what I found best is we take just a couple pieces of mint tape, and I'm going to we're going to cut this down for to make the card front. So I'm going to make it where it sticks there. And then I need my glue dots. I want one glue dot. Here's a glue dot right there. I'll lift this up. Just put a glue dot on the back of it and make certain it's in the corner and tight. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to grab this next piece and I'll put it kind of down here at the bottom. And you just want to barely overlap it. We will trim it down, but maybe an 1/8 inch or something like that. So that's how we're going to start. And I want to keep my mint tape handy because we are going to need it again shortly, because we'll need fresh pieces. So it could be a Post-it note, it could be mint tape, it can be Post-it tape, washi tape, whatever you have in your craft room, craft supply arsenal. Just, anything that has a low tack but enough to hold in place. So that's why we put the glue dot. All right, so to get started, we need our Old Olive. This does get a little bit messy, but it's worth it in the end. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to start inking. Now I did re-ink this before I made that card. So we will just add ink. Okay. Then I have this little tool. I got this off of Amazon. It's like an air hockey puck thing, and just want to rub. And you want to put a pressure. I know right here in the center it likes to not put the ink down, so I was giving it extra right there. Right? So let's move this ink over here. See right there that it does not want to release that ink. And I'm going to ink it one more time. Alright. Your ink gets kind of messy too, but I've got baby wipes here and my chamois. So I know right here it just doesn't want to release that ink. So there we go. That should be good. Yep, it's good and covered. So now I'm going to grab one of these baby wipes. Lean my hand. And then lean my ink pad before I close it up. So we are finished with that. Set that up there. Now that I need to try to get as much of this ink off with the baby wipe, because I don't want to saturate my chamois with all this ink, so I'm just trying to lift some of it off ahead of time. Throw that away because it really gets all over you. And I'm just trying to get in the creases. And I will tell you, you might want to have a pigment ink that isn't a brand new one. Mine is brand new, and I had to ink it. But I have to keep using a spoon on it, and I'll show you how to do that in case you had the same problem that I did. All right, so let me grab my chamois. It's right here. I'll try to clean it the best that I can. So I've given this a chance to dry. I'm going to grab my heat tool and I'm going to put a little heat to this, but I'm going to try to stay away from my plastic because I don't want to melt that. And then one of the other things I'm going to do, I have a paper towel here. Put that down and press. So I'm trying to keep from having that ink transfer to my white ink pad. Okay. So now then, to do that little bit of a shadow to make it look like it's embossed. So we are going to take and lift this up ever so easy. Gotta get a hold of that mint tape. Like that. Just gonna raise this up and try to be gentle because it's taped down. Try to leave that tape on there if I can, so that glue, that little there's this little bit, and I'll just tear that off. So now then, remember we pressed it right into the corner at the top and the side. So now we're going to just ever so slightly bring it down and over to the left. So we want to just do a little bit, and it's like maybe a 32nd, 16th maybe, but I think it's smaller than that. So ever so just a little bit. So down and to the left just a little bit. Okay. So still tacky on that tape, so that might be a good time to cover that tape just a little bit. I don't want to transfer any of the ink that now some of the ink from here is going to transfer. I will. Now then, we're going to ink this up. I'm going to do heavily. Now we're going to do multiples. Oh, I did forget to put another glue dot just behind that piece. And it can be in a different spot. We don't want it lifting up when we do multiple layers of the white ink. Okay, so I'm just adding white ink. Okay, and now we're going to close it. This tool. Remember right here, it doesn't want to, I'm trying not to shake the camera too much. You really got to give it a press. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take a wipe really quickly, go over this to try to see how it's turning green. That would go to my ink pad. I'm going to just remove as much of that as I can. Trying to keep this from being completely green when I'm finished. And you can do like, if you have any kind of pigment ink, you can do white, you can do a vanilla, you can do a cream, anything that's a lighter, heavily pigment green ink, pardon me. So we're going to take that. We're going to press it again. Easy, because this is tacky. And I'll do it one more time. Mine's not too bad. It had been getting kind of green. See right there, that one just does not want to, and so it's about right there. It does not want to. Get flex right there. This tool's great for giving you even pressure. This will be a little bit wet. If you get ink on your white pad, what I did was I took and I scraped that top layer off, and then on paper towel I wipe it off. I scrape it a little in the center. Just keep doing that, but go the same direction till you can get all that green out of it. Then what I did was I just re-inked it so that it would go back to being the white. You're finished with that. those out of the way. Now I'm going to bring my heat gun in and try to dry that a little bit because it does stay tacky a little bit longer. All right, so that's still just a little bit wet, but you could set it off to the side and it will dry, or you can put the heat to it some more. Just going to remove those. Now I know this edge didn't ink because I had the tape on there, but that's fine. Now I'm going to set this because I have one right here that I did earlier, and as it dries a little darker. And if you don't like that, you can add more of the white ink to that so that you can get a brighter. But we did 3, so I think that was plenty. I'll clean this here shortly. So just move that out of the way. All right, so now then I need my paper cutter. And I want to cut this piece down to 3 3/4 by 5. And so I look at where the places are that it did not do well. And so I'm going to do, okay, right here, I'm going to do it 4. So I can take all those edges off so that if by chance, there we go. I'm going to now do the 3 3/4. If it didn't get all the way in to the edge because of the tape, then see how it goes clear to the edge on those sides, and then down to 5. And all I did was cut my cardstock in 4ths, and so I did a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and so that's why we're being able to cut it down. You want to start with something larger than you need and then trim it down accordingly. Okay, so there we go. See how this did not have all the inking, but when we cut it, it is gone. Let's turn this around and we'll do the 5 inch right here. And there we go. So there's our card front. I'll throw that away. It's still a little tacky, like pigment ink it's kind of got a tack to it even after it's dry. And then we're going to bring in a piece of Mossy Meadow. So we're using the Granny Apple Green cardstock. We did Old Olive ink. The Old Olive cardstock wasn't dark enough, so I went with Mossy Meadow. And then we have a piece of this thick, very vanilla, and it is sadly retiring, but I like to show things that are retiring so that if you have it on hand, you have ways of using it. So we're going to put that there. We're going to take this, add some glue to the back. Grab a different glue. Just add, whoop, right off my paper. Clean that up. All right, bring in my cardstock. And it'll just be a very tiny border because this is only an 1/8 inch larger. This other piece, it is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, There we go. And then I'm going to take glue, add to the back of it. There we go. So this video is for mainly the technique, not so much all the card, but I will put the information in the description. So hold that for a moment. All right, and then I did 2 videos for basically to finish this card. The first video that I did was the how to use our hybrid embossing folder, the Thoughtful Moments. And so I have that piece right here, Thinking of You, where I inked it. So if you didn't catch that one, go back and find that video and watch that, and you'll see how I did the sentiments. So I'm going to bring in some of my embellishments, my oh golly, I've lost the name of them. They're Stampin' Dimensionals. There we go. And just add them right here. Take the backs off. And add our sentiment right about there. And that helps me cover up where that pesky little leaf did not want to cover completely. So there we go. There is our Technique Tuesday. It is called Faux Embossing with Ink. And so I hope you enjoyed today's Technique Tuesday video, and I hope that you will give this fun stamping technique a try. I had fun making this and seeing just how it turned out. Please stay tuned to my channel for more of my Technique Tuesday videos, and I have on my YouTube channel, I have a specific grouping of just Technique Tuesdays. And so thank you for joining me for another episode of this, and hopefully I will see you again soon. So try it out and let me know what you think of it. So happy stamping. Bye-bye.